Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna. This is Schatzi. She's coming to help me film today. This is Coffee, Books, and Bullet Journals. Welcome back. I make book and lifestyle related content Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Hello, baby girl. Today, Schatzi and I are going to discuss my 5-star predictions as she licks me in the face. So I thought this would be a fun video idea because she's a 5-month-old puppy who's not normally allowed in the office because she eats books and literally everything else. So I thought that this would be a fun idea to do, did I like the book or can Schatzi eat the book? Talking about my 5-star predictions because they were like really all over the place. Thank you for that, Schatzi. I really appreciate that. Yeah. She's being very clingy and needy today, and I don't know why. But we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna talk about some books. So, anyways, come here, baby girl. Alright. So I had 5 books that I thought were going to be 5-star predictions for 2021. And I got through them super fast, because usually I just do one of these a year. Well, I say usually like I actually have done these and actually succeeded in doing them. But I finished these all within a few months. I finished the last one in June, and here we go. I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about them in ranking order from not 5-star to 5-star. So yeah. They were not all 5 stars. They were actually big disappointments. A couple of them. So the first one I'm going to talk about, I just talked about in my monthly wrap-up because this is the last one that I read to finish it out. So, Nevermore by Jessica Townsend, The Trials of Morgan Crow. I thought this would be a 5-star prediction because I really wanted some middle grade fantasy, some middle grade joy, and I honestly was really bored. Honestly, I thought this book was just too long. It dragged. It was boring. I slogged through this. And I don't really have a great desire to pick up the next book in the series. I think I will eventually. I don't have like an immediate need like I thought I was going to. Hello, baby. Hello. So, you can, no, I'm not actually going to feed these to her. A, books are bad for dogs. And B, I gave this 3 stars. Like, it was fine. I think that this is a case of the hype killed the book for me because I was expecting to love this. I think in my original video, I said something like, I had never seen a negative review. Sorry, she's about to spill my coffee. I haven't talked about those books yet. You can't eat them. I think in my original review, I talked about the fact that, like, I had never seen a negative review from the people that I trusted. Since, like, coming out and finishing this book, there have definitely been some. Schatzi, you're very, very cute. Since finishing this and posting my review on it, there have been some people that have commented on those videos saying, like, oh, I DNF'd this too, or oh, I really didn't like it. So I'm not alone, but I thought I was. So I gave this 3 stars. The next book that I want to talk about is The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. Now, I did talk about in my predictions video that this was the biggest risk because I did have some people that I really trust that have very similar reading tastes to me not like this book, and I think I ended up aligning with them. I think I gave this one 3 or 3.5 stars. I can't remember exactly. And honestly, for the most of this book, I was so lost. I didn't know what was going on, and I think that that is definitely the author. Here's the thing. If you are from New York or you love New York, this is a book that's for you. I hate cities. Like, in general. So when you personify a city, it's just, like, anxiety-inducing for me. Like, but I just didn't get it. It was very nuanced to New York. So if you do associate with one of the boroughs and like you're gonna see yourself or you see your city in this personification, but I'm not like in the in crowd, so I don't know what's going on. And because of that, I didn't love it. I will still read from N.K. Jemisin. Again, I do want to pick up the 5th season, but I think that I need to be in a really good headspace and actually like really want to try higher fantasy than what I normally read. Now let's move on to the books that I did like. Not that I didn't like hate all of these books, But those two were definitely the biggest disappointment. They were the farthest away from 5 stars that I got. So here we go. This was a 4-star book, and that was The Vanishing Calf by Britt Bennett. And I really, really liked about 80% of this story. This is a book about 2 sisters, and they lead very different lives after growing up. One of them stays in their town of mostly black people, in their southern town, and then the other one actually goes on to pass as white. She has such light skin that she can pass as white, and her family ends up never knowing that she was black. And so that is what I thought this was going to be. The problem is that one of the sisters doesn't even show up until like almost the halfway mark. And then this book became more multi-generational. We actually talk a lot about the sisters' kids and their stories, and they were very interesting. And this book is really short. It's under 350 pages. And we've introduced so many main central characters that because of that, there's not an opportunity to really get to know all of the characters and know their backstories and know their histories and know their motivations. And so I think a lot of them became two-dimensional. Like I said, I really, really loved a lot of this book, and I really liked what it was doing. I wanted more. This book could have been 500 pages and I would have been so happy with it. But as it stands, I was left not fully satisfied. Now, the last 2 books were 5 stars, and I think that these 2 were like the obvious ones. So like maybe I don't know my reading taste as well as I thought I did. I'm going to be doing another 5-star predictions video probably next month. So be on the lookout for that. Maybe round 2 I can do a little bit better, we'll see. But the first one was The Princess Trap by Talia Hibbert. Again, I've given almost every single one of Talia Hibbert's full-length novels 5 stars, so this was not a stretch by any means. But this had so many buzzwords that I loved that I didn't even know were in here, so like going past that, once I got into the book, you knew it was going to be 5 stars. So it has the Playboy Prince. It has an older main character, an older heroine. She's 30, which I love. But beyond that, there is fake engagement. There's only one bed trope. Like so many things that I love. I mean, obviously it's royals because it's like the Princess Trap, like obviously. But this book was just so good. And I highly recommend that you pick it up. It was such a fun time. And I don't know how to rank Talia Hibbert's books, but this one's definitely up there in my favorites. And what is probably my favorite book of this experiment and these 5-star predictions, and that is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. This is the prequel to The Hate U Give, and it follows Star's father, Maverick, and like as a young man. This book was so good. While The Hate U Give has a very traumatic, a very triggering element that is kind of the driving focus of this book, or of that book, this one does not have that. While there is a lot of things happening in this book, there's a lot of things happening to the main characters, there is not a one defining moment that kind of sets off the rest of the book, like the shooting in The Hate U Give. This is just kind of life in the city that they live. I can't remember the name of it right now, but you know what I'm talking about. And it was so good. There's also adult bisexual representation in here, so that's really, really cool. A lot of times in YA books, you see the teenagers as bisexuals, but never the parents. So that was a really refreshing take on this. And the ending just broke me. Just broke me. I'm not going to say what it is, but it made me so happy. So it broke me in a good way. Anyway, so yeah, this one, definitely recommend that you pick it up. It's probably one of my favorites of the year. So those were 5 books that I thought were going to be 5 stars, and some of them were, and some of them were not. Am I going to actually feed them to Schatzi? Of course not. Of course not. Don't come for me in the comments. But it was just a fun little video since she was in here. She's not anymore. She decided she wanted to go out and play. Anyways, if you're new here and you want to see more of my dogs, because honestly, they're cuter than I am, there's a little red button that you can do so down below the video. And all the other links to my social media will be in the description below if you would like to be my friend on any other platform, or if you want to be friends with my dogs, because their Instagram is going to be down below too. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.
makes this heart beat faster.